morning YouTube, it is Friday morning right now. We're at the end of our last week of hard training. It's my last key day. Let's have a look what's on the menu today. Alright, good morning. We are in our third and final load week, just before my easy week. It's the last hard key day today with 2 key sessions. What we got planned today is first a quality swim, 4K in distance, so not super long, but it makes up for intensity in there. Basically reaching some VO2 max, peak speed things, hundreds in there with fins though, but yeah, that kind of teaches me the kick and all that. So it's not going to be easy. Then we got some lunch, relaxing, and a 5K easy run. That's literally just a filler, a volume filler. Pace doesn't matter, nothing matters, just do the 5K. Then in the afternoon, we got a big threshold set on the bike, 6 times 15 minutes threshold. There, if you saw the last videos, we kind of stayed on the safe side. We stayed a bit on the really low end for threshold, but rather go up on volume. Also because I adapted to the aero position, so we're getting much better. So 6 times 15 minutes with 2 minutes rest, all in aero position at 330 watts. Obviously the goal is to get this to 350 watts. And I think I should be able to be there pretty quick after this block, probably, definitely. It's gonna rise quite a bit. On Tuesday, I did 20 minutes worth of 30-second efforts at 420 watts in aero position, so that's in me right now, and I had 2 days to absorb it, so I'm sure after this stimulus, 330 watts for my body will be pretty easy, but it's 90 minutes of that, so let's see. It's not going to be easy for sure, so it's going to be good. But one little devil we also gonna add is 80 milligrams of caffeine right now. I had 2 coffees already, and this little devil is gonna carry us through the whole day. If you have the impression that this video is speed up at some point, it is not. You can make it slower, but I will be speed up because it's morning now. I'm sensitive to caffeine, so this little devil, I take that pre-race 45 minutes. 80 milligrams, that's enough for me. I take it sugar-free actually, so then get this kick. I feel even better with this sugar-free and just the pure caffeine and some liquid. So we're gonna be popping this, really helps. Yeah, that's that. Look forward to the day. Important is still staying patient. You know, I got to this level now consistently over months by staying patient, also on hard days, especially on the swim. There, I almost got to do the old rhythm again and thinking about effort in those sessions, and that is not how swimming works. You want the fastest available time, so it's so easy to get into this effort mode because running and cycling is about effort, higher speed, almost all the times. Swimming is not. So yeah, that's a good one now to go with the mindset into the swim. Yes, it's a hard swim, a quality swim, but if you just think hard and you will just look for the hard feeling, look for the hard effort, and that's not how swimming works. That's not how you get the best times. You want the best times, the fastest speeds. That's what you want, not the highest effort. So very difficult, very slippery slope those, but let's definitely not put effort on the top. Let's put it on place 2. First is smoothest, fastest speed, good rhythm, and hit some real fast times today. That is my goal. Alright, since this is a high intensity day, this is carb time. Viel hilft viel. It's a German saying, and it says a lot helps a lot. Isn't that a typical German thing? I would say so. So in this case, it's actually true, because many times in endurance sports it's obviously not. But today, so we're going to be pumping 90 grams of carbs for the swim. Mainly, I mean, that you feel good and the body knows it has some extra fuel and all this stuff, but also for the rest, that you know, you feel strong in the last session still tonight. And again, it's also not like after today we're done, it's over with. It's 2 more days coming after this. Tomorrow a bit longer, but aerobic with some LT1, and Sunday another hard swim, and there I will go again for a 200. a hard 200 as I said. Yeah, I look forward to that. Because in the swim meet, coupled with fatigue, but again, I could be also very tired again on Sunday. But still, I think with a bit better pacing, I can definitely crack 219. Because we looked at it again with the times. I swam 104 for the first. The 200 meter race I talk about, sorry, I was a bit too quick probably. I do that sometimes, if you noticed. My brain goes pow, pow, pow. So it's not always easy to follow me, but I'm trying my best to slow it down for you guys so you can actually follow my thought process. So the 200 meter race I did after the 1500 meter race and in general high fatigue and I swam 104 for the first 100 and 115 for the second. So you can do the math on that. So I'm trying to look at a 210. 210 I believe I can swim. Can I swim it on Sunday? Not sure. But I'm going to try. I believe with a bit better pacing and control, it shouldn't be an issue because I can swim, let's say 31 seconds per 100, no dive, without huge taxation. So it shouldn't be an issue. But again, we'll see. It's still 4 times of those straight. But I believe with a bit more patience in the first 100 and just controlling it, just swim, a bit more controlled, that you have another 100 left, even with fatigue. I have more in me than a 219, but we'll see on Sunday. And also another exciting one for Sunday is going to be the long run. As you saw in yesterday's video, yesterday for you guys, it's going to be, I do some more work now towards the LT1, towards the aerobic threshold. So the polarizing stopped. You kind of had this high-end work and lower zone 2 work. Now we're getting a bit closer towards the season. And even if there wouldn't be a season, we would do it anyways. So we don't go the training after, the race calendar. We go after my physiology and long term. It's not like, let's squeeze this in because of the race. No, that's not smart. So we're just going in those phases. Either way, we would go in this phase if there would be a race or not. It's just how we trained. So so that means that for the long run now, and I'm ready for this because I did now 2 times 36k just zone 2, this kind of 6:30 pace, 4-minute pace, and it's just 145 heart rate, which is simply too low, but we stayed patient because of the orthopedic, because my LT1 threshold is 167. So for Ironman, aiming for this 160 heart rate range, that's kind of where you want to be to hit the paces. And I go there now 2 times a week next to the key run. The rest is easy. And we'll integrate 10-minute intervals into the 36K on Sunday. So I look forward to that. It's a bit high taxation, a bit higher pace, but we have a really good system that we just add as many 10-minuters until you feel an RPE increase, and then you stop. So the idea is that you don't get a huge RPE, like an effort increase for that run. Just a little bit of a more, and then you always go with the body, tighten the screw just a notch each time, each week, and not a huge turn and too quick ramp up in RPE. So there the cool thing is, if you just go with the body and effort, he will tell you, right? So if you got a sudden increase, whenever that is, might be after 2, 3, 4 times 10 minutes at this 160 heart rate closer to LT1. Whenever that is, to be honest, I don't care. Once it's there, the RP increase is like quite significant. I was like, well, no, we cut it and we go back to 145 heart rate and finish the distance. Right, let's get going. So it's a bit of a delayed start to the day, later than I wanted to. So if that happens, the reason was I had to do some work, get some work done, but it all is work that's very positive, that goes into the universe, that feeds into my journey. It's not work that takes away from my journey, but it's just work that takes some time. So now I had to do it today. It's all good. Bit delayed start to the swim. Normally I like to do in the morning, now it's later, just before lunch. The only thing with that rhythm, if that rhythm changes, the only thing I think of is diet and rhythm. So I had already the recovery shake that I normally have after the swim now, just so you don't slip into a deficit and get hungry in the session also. I have to wait now 10 minutes more or whatever. And then we get to lunch straight after. That's the only thing, because there are no awards given out. That's something I struggled with too when I went from being, full-time working to full-time athlete, like training only. This rhythm thing, like how do you structure a 24-hour day I mean, first of all, you feel like when you just change, it feels really weird when you're used to always, combining your training, smashing it in, morning here, there. It's a constant juggle, and suddenly you got all this time. There's some guilt in the beginning because you feel like you should be doing more, you should be doing this. But the main reason you took the work away is that you can recover, right? So, but that's not so easy to do in the beginning. Trust me, it's not just, let's just lay around. That's not something, if you're a person that likes to get stuff done and all, something I struggled with big time in the beginning. So, but now I found a good rhythm, and the main thing I noticed, as long as I get the work in a 24-hour radius, it doesn't matter. The only thing is, that's why I like to keep the biorhythm, I like to keep the same time, always wake up 8 a.m. and do those things, is because of biorhythm. For sleep it's better. It's also for diet, for my that I get the meals in. And then it's also for example, the nap. Now it's like later, and if I nap at even 4 or 5 p.m. it affects my sleep at night. I can't. So those things there are downsides to that. But in general, today is a day I'm gonna get all the sessions in. I might be done at 9 p.m. today, but okay. That's the problem though. That's what I mean with the rhythm. Because if you get done at 9 p.m., you eat then, you still have to eat quite a bit. That is a problem for your sleep, right? Because all the blood goes in your stomach. You have this thing, thermogenesis is called. You get warm. So I might have to take a cold shower to help my body cool down actually, so I can sleep better. But let's see, I think it's all gonna be fine. Important is, there's no awards given out to who trains the earliest. Is something also I struggled with this weird Western society thing, like early, this weird stuff. It's luckily going away, this masculinity weird grind of like 4 a.m. I was into that as well when I was working. I even did a long ride during the week once, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., like a 4-hour ride, just to try like, Kobe Bryant got up at 4, blah, blah. I just tried it. It's obviously dead for 3 days after, but I was attracted to the extremes, right? Which is, if you're into triathlon, you do 3 sports, you are attracted to extremes, but you gotta know which extremes are actually helping you perform and get better, and which are just dumb, right? So how can you get your training into 24 hours, get your sleep and rhythm in? Some days, like today, you have to juggle a bit. It's no different for me. It's not like when you're a full-time athlete, even later. But that's what I'm trying to change anyways. I don't want those weird contracts that bind you and you just play the clown. I'm not doing that. I found a different solution, I believe. Let's see if that works. But it's not like you just lay around all day, do nothing, and just train. That's your main thing, but there will always be some parts of because you're an entrepreneur, right? So you're basically a one-person company. So there's always going to be something, but I think the timing of that is important. That for example, in key phases, like something I don't understand. I understand for triathlon sponsors that like in the key week before World Championship, for example, when you are most prone to self-boycott, doubts, fears, you invested everything, the training is done. That's the most risky time for anything, and most risk for getting sick. You're in a high state, you come down, all these things, you travel, stress, like it's a lot of things, right? And in that week, I mean, I know for Corona Bill people do it, but I would never accept that. Never, I don't know, leave me the hell alone. Don't even ask 1 second. Those triathlon brands that say in a week of Ironman, they want all this stuff from you. So basically, the World Championship is coming, the most important date of the year, and suddenly you're starting to compromise and doing all these things that you most likely never do before, way more like external. You meet all these people, hand breathe, chance of sickness goes through the roof. I would never. Are you out of your brain? If you have a brand that is really, gets performance, well, do you want me to be 5th or 10th and do some handshaking before? Or do you want me to win? What helps you more? So, highest chance for winning. So that's another rant on that front. But I'm gonna wait a bit and then we head to the pool. On the way to the pool now. Definitely not in the best state right now because I kind of hit the hole from the caffeine. So not in a high phase and a low phase. Coupled with, I had the shakes, you have a bit afterwards, insulin, everything, this after food thing. So body is not 100%. I mean it is, but it's just, you hit the high phase and miss that part to go because I had to do stuff, no chance around it. And that's okay, but what's important now, the mind and resistance will want to use that as a perfect excuse against you. I know my mind, I know I'm physically ready, I know everything is good to have a perfect swim. But very important, just because you feel a certain way, don't let that boycott your session. You could easily say, oh, feel this, oh, motivation's down, oh, this, that, like perfect excuse to completely derail your training for no reason whatsoever. So I'm gonna have a perfect session. I don't care how I feel. I'm physically ready. It's just a little bit this dip. So really key there to always keep a hold of your mind when you feel a certain way. So don't allow that to trickle into your training and boycott your training, which many times it will try to do that. So don't allow it. It's gonna be a great session, I know it. I know those feelings, know those emotions. So the better you know yourself and can ignore emotions in the right moment and listen at the right moment, the better your training will go consistently. Let's go smash it. All right, all done. Swim in the bank. Did my absolute best under the fatigue. You're in week 3. That's why under fatigue is very important to stay rational and not emotional. Because when you're tired, the brain has the default of dipping to negative, right? So, and dipping to doubt is also a default. So that is very important to keep a rein these next days of keep the brain in check. Very important, because we're in the last final stages of this block, which fatigue will be highest. And I still managed some okay times, definitely touched below average. I was like 200s aerobic, long course, and then into like 100s a bit quicker. And the quicker ones, yeah, the fastest time I managed was 104 with fins, kind of like okay. But it was mainly about the rhythm. When you're tired, with swimming especially, that's the first one you will notice. That's why I don't overanalyze. If you're neuromuscularly tired or in general fatigue, let's say your brain alone, you're tired. Let's say you take 30% of brain capacity or nervous system function away, which is the main one you need for swimming, right? If you take that away, you can take that from at times away. So I had a bit of trouble when you're tired. That's what you will feel, that you will have troubles finding your coordination in water, the rhythm, the timing. All of those things are weird because your brain is simply delaying the signals. All of it is tired, muscle function is a bit different. Everything is a bit delayed, so you'll feel a lot more in the water and have a more impact on your times as well, because you feel all those things and they have a direct impact on like 2-3 seconds per 100 easy because of this delay, right? So, but good, got it in. Had some nice lunch and got some stuff in, and we're going pretty soon already for the 5K run. Get that in the bank and then rest and go through the day. Important to not get into this analysis paralysis, because that's really where the brain wants to go. But I have to really keep a lid on that one now. But yeah. But the main reason I really am passionate about the swimming. But of course, it is very important, and I know that's the thing. I know I can get those temps right, but I have to prove it to myself first in the pool. Because even if you have the pool times, and the times I'm looking at is, for sure I have to now swim at 2:10 for 200 meter to get the speed in, and have consistent VO2 max 100s and swim them 63, 65, kind of consistently without fins, anything. Those kind of things I want to be able to do. And a threshold, 215 is too slow. 215 if I do like 8 times 200, 230, leaving on 3 minutes. That's too slow. That's not gonna cut it. So I gotta have at least like 225 for 200 meter long course, leaving on, let's say, 250. That is a range that is more acceptable. But 115 threshold, that's not gonna cut it. Maybe you have an extremely good start, yeah. But anyways, I want to have the pool times set, and then I have the confidence in the things that I'm in control as much as possible. Because when you go on the start line of the first race, there's 80 people on the start line that goes from here to over there. And there are a lot of other factors that go behind swimming that do matter if you are in the front pack. The front pack will likely be 20 people, maybe 2-3 get away, but unlikely with so many people. It's probably hard. Strings away. But yeah, it's going to be fairly big bulks, but if you're not out of the water with the first 20 guys, first 15, that's going to be a difficult race. But those things are not in my control. What's in my control is get those pool times ready and do the best you can. There's still some time until May, and there's a lot of time until long term to get the times that I talked about before. But all very process orientated, but excited for it. Let's go. All right, gang, we're cruising around the neighborhood. 5K jog, no magic here. Let's get the mileage in, and then I'm definitely gonna get in a huge carb injection after, like 100 grams straight after. Because it's not that legs are depleted. I mean, I'm sure they are a little bit, but yeah, there's the fatigue. It's there, and the brain isn't fully there because I had some sushi for lunch, and I wanted to put the soy sauce in the water instead of the cup. So yeah, brain apparently not all the way there anymore. So all Gucci. We gotta get the carbs in the last days of the 3-week block. Main goal is not to allow to go into negative. It's kind of like last 15k of an Ironman, let's say. I could be all gone tomorrow. Last night's sleep wasn't good. That played a huge factor for the day. And again, that can all be fatigue. It's good. Just have a solid last few days of training, and then it's easy week. So I experienced this before. But what's important is fundamentals. Keep the carbs coming. That's very, very important now. And yeah, let's enjoy this run. But also same as an Ironman, you don't always have to be positive, but just there's 3 gears. There's positive, neutral, negative. Negative we don't want, so just stay neutral. That's okay. You don't have to be positive always when you're tired, but stay neutral. That is all you need to do in those scenarios. So that's my goal for the next 3 days. Stay focused, stay neutral. Let's go. Who wants it most? Huh? Who wants it? The one that doesn't want it, he's already out of it. Ah, I love it. Living in the dream. Tired, feeling good, body is good. We're all ready to fire up tonight. That's all I ever dreamed of. Ah, this is the next level. It's coming. Heart rate response is actually still really good. I still got the normal 130 or something for this pace, so that's really good. Really still a good heart rate response. So it says more, to be honest. Say that last night and the sleep has more messes to the brain a bit. So I think we are up for some fireworks for the 6 times 15 minute threshold in aero. Gonna pump the carbs. I'm gonna smash the session. There, 5k done. All good. Let's get home and get some food in, and then more. All right, we're all set up for our ride here. I got everything going, I believe. We are fully carved up. All you can eat carb buffet. I don't know, one of them was 150 grams, the other one, I don't know, 60 for sure or something. So this one is just water. We're going bananas in carbs. Doesn't matter, just get the work in now. I'm gonna break it up. It's 6 times 15 minutes with 2 minutes rest at 330 watts, all in aero position. And yeah, my body doesn't care how my mind feels, or if I'm a bit sleepy, but I had a 15-minute nap, which I think helped the brain a lot to be a bit fresher. But yeah, I think the body is gonna be fine. It's not gonna be terribly brutal hard, but like the last 2, I imagine, it could be likewise a bit more challenging. That's the idea, latest the last one, I hope. Let's see how it goes. I'll be doing my warm-up, and then after the first 15-minute rep 330 watts, I'm back, and let's see how it goes. There, rep number 1 done. Ah, crap. All in aero as planned. yeah, it's okay. Legs of course working, but we're fully in the range. Some discomfort, but the main thing is mental. Such a big set, 6 times 15 minutes. Even trying to focus, the mind is just a bit overwhelmed with the amount. So I just have to take it 2.5 minutes, 5 minutes, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15. So just chug it down in pieces. That's basically what Ironman is anyways. Because if your mind is overwhelmed, which if you've never done Ironman, if you're doing it first, it will be overwhelmed very much. Might be in a swim already. So you need some tactics, and that's why you train. That's why hard sessions help. Also short intensity. Doesn't mean short is easy at all, as you know. So you gotta break it up. It's a 1 minute effort, 15 seconds at a time. Control what you can and don't allow your mind to wander. So, alright, I'll be back halfway after 3. There. Boom. Alright, 3 done. So basically we're in Hawaii, 90k turnaround pond, halfway, but the hardest part is coming up. And I actually feel better than after the first rep. Everything opened up a bit, heart rate is steady, effort is steady, but let's crank it up. I'll do 2 more, then I did 5 times 15 minutes. And before the last one, I'll check back in. Wish me luck. Alright, rep number 5, done. I bet that was a lot easier for you watching than it was for me. But RP heart rate stays kind of at the same level. It just accumulates load, especially mentally. You're just sick of breaking it up, just staring at the time. You can break it a bit with some watching, but it doesn't do a very good job. 1 more 15 minutes, and then the discomfort zone for today is done. So it's gonna be, so instead of now pushing the last one with intensity, which I could, we aim for, as a progression this week, more volume. So we went from 4, week 1, to 5 times 15 to 6 times 15 minutes. And this session also goes with 2 other bikes during the week, where we increase the power at the LT1, this kind of 270 range. So tomorrow in my 3-hour ride, I have 105 minutes at 270. So I had 90 before, 15 minutes more. So 1 hour 45. But let's get this one done here. Come on. There, the last seconds of today. Oh my god, can't believe it. Here, 2 hours 5. And I got what? 312 watts normalized power. Alright, I'm gonna spin 5 minutes. And then that's it for today. I see you guys tomorrow for more training. But today, I'm good. But you're not. You're probably about to start your training. So you go after it. Do it now!